Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 different 3-ingredient Instant Pot recipes. Hi, I'm Karen Peterson. I own the blog 365 Days of Crockpot.com. I share Instant Pot and slow cooker recipes with you for every day of the year. Here on YouTube, I share a different Instant Pot tip, trick, or recipe with you weekly. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the easiest of Instant Pot recipes. These recipes have 3 main ingredients, and the rest of the ingredients that they call for are just like easy, like salt and pepper, or milk, or water, or chicken broth. These recipes are great if you're in a super big hurry, or if you're like a college student and you don't have a lot of access to a lot of different types of foods. These recipes are just so fast and easy. I know you're gonna love them. Let's get started. Our first recipe is breakfast. We're gonna be making pumpkin pie steel cut oats. The 3 main ingredients you need for this recipe are steel cut oats, 1 cup, some pumpkin puree, 1/3 cup, and a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is add water to the pot. I'm adding 2.5 cups. Then the steel cut oats, then about 1/3 cup of pumpkin puree, sprinkle in the pumpkin pie spice. Now the optional ingredients that just make it taste a little bit better are some salt, about 1/4 teaspoon, a little bit of vanilla extract, I like to use about 1 teaspoon, and about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Put the lid on without stirring. Make sure the valve is set to sealing and not venting. And then set the manual timer for 4 minutes. I let the steel cut oats naturally pressure release for 15 minutes. And I can just go ahead and open the lid without moving the valve because all the pressure's already gone. Smells so good. Stir that up a little bit. And these pumpkin pie steel cut oats are ready to go. So I'm gonna scoop them into my breakfast bowl and perhaps serve with a little bit of milk or cream. Super yummy. The second recipe I want to share with you today is mashed ranch cauliflower. Now, don't turn off the video. This is actually one of my very favorite things to eat. It is so delicious. So the first thing that I'm going to do is add 1.5 cups of water into my Instant Pot. Then I'm going to use my trivet to drop down into the pot 1 head of cauliflower. I'm just going to keep the cauliflower whole because that's easiest. If you want to cut it into florets, the time will be less for your pressure cooking time. Set the manual button to 15 minutes. Once the time is up on the cauliflower, move the valve to venting. Take the cauliflower out. Should be nice and soft by now. Take the water that remains in the pot and just throw it down the drain. Add the cauliflower back into the pot. Add in 1/4 cup of butter and 3 tablespoons of ranch dressing mix. I like the Hidden Valley Ranch personally. Then use a masher tool or something like this. This is the tool I use to break up like ground meat, but I also use it to mash potatoes and things. Works really well. Mash that cauliflower really good, and that butter should melt really fast because of the hot cauliflower. The next recipe is hummus. And the main ingredients you're gonna need for this recipe are dried chickpeas, some lemon juice, and garlic. To get started, add 3 cups of water to the Instant Pot. Then add in 3/4 cup of those dried chickpeas and 1 teaspoon of salt. Put the lid on the Instant Pot, set the valve to sealing, set the manual button to 45 minutes. When the time is up on the chickpeas, release the pressure, remove the lid, drain the liquid from the chickpeas into a bowl. For this part, we're gonna use our blender. I'm gonna blend the chickpeas, some garlic. I used a couple cloves of garlic, but it's really to taste. Start with 1 and go from there. A couple tablespoons of olive oil, and then start with about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and if it needs more, you can always go up from there. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of this reserved liquid back in. Probably start with, I don't know, 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup, then blend until it's smooth and creamy. My favorite thing is wheat thins and hummus. For our main dish, we're making chicken and gravy. Add 1 cup of water into the Instant Pot, then 2 pounds of chicken breasts. You can use chicken thighs for this recipe too, just whatever you prefer. 1 package of onion soup mix. Sprinkle over the top of the chicken. The chicken should be in an even layer at the bottom of the pot. And then 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Scoop the soup, the condensed soup, on top of the chicken breasts. Try not to let it touch the bottom of the pot. If things that contain flour and thickeners touch the bottom of the pot, sometimes it will give you the burn signal. So we don't want that to happen. So just scoop it into little spoonfuls on top of the chicken breasts. Put the lid on the pot. Make sure valve is set to sealing. Set the manual button to between 12 and 15 minutes, depending on how big your chicken breasts are. I'm gonna go for 15 minutes. Once the display says L005 for the chicken, you can release the pressure by moving the valve to venting. Then use like forks or tongs or something to get the chicken out. And then use a couple forks to shred it up. And turn your Instant Pot to the saute setting. This is the optional part. If you'd like to make your gravy a little bit thicker than what it is, get some cornstarch and equal parts cold water and mix it together in a small bowl. Stir until it's smooth and creamy so you don't get lumps in your gravy. Then pour that in. And the gravy should thicken really quickly if that saute mode is on. Add the chicken back in. Now you have some nice chicken and gravy that you can serve with rice, mashed potatoes, cauliflower rice, plain, however you like it. For my last recipe, I'm actually going to direct you to another video that my son made, and it's 3-ingredient peach cobbler. All it takes is butter, a cake mix, and some peaches. So go ahead and view that video, and then you'll have 5 recipes that you can make with 3 ingredients. Hope this video was helpful to you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.